Hello everybody, welcome back to the Mountain High YouTube channel. I'm doing this video for all you guys that have first got a grease gun, because I know I just got this new grease gun. I know I had a brand new grease gun I got about a year ago, and when I first got it and I first got my first tube of grease to put in there, it was a little tricky to figure out how to get it to work exactly. And then took like, I don't know, it said, the direction said like 60 pumps to prime your first tube of grease and everything. And but I don't know, I probably did like 150 pumps just walking on it right there, checking everything and wondering what I did wrong. And then I let it sit for about a half hour and came back to it. And first pump grease just came right out of the end of the tube. So it just needs to sit for your first and give it like a priming. But for right now, we got that, we got some Valvoline heavy duty crimson all-purpose grease. And yes, it is red grease. Right now I had some black grease in there, and it's John Deere. And in the end, turned out to be black, and I don't know if I think this red stuff is always in the brand new stuff that you see, so it'll be pretty good. You guys probably have seen this grease gun on some of my other videos if you have watched the video on how to change your front tire on a lawn tractor. How to use it. It's a lot of different uses you end up using for a grease gun. So let's get this tube, and this unscrews off the top of this. And once we get it unscrewed and taken off, I show you guys how to work this bottom part. And then we'll slide out the old tube of grease, and it's all covered in grease. So I don't have little pails of rubber gloves, so I would wear rubber gloves or hand protection. But always for me, I'm just gonna try to clear the grease as best as I can. So let's get that thing screwed off the top though. Okay, buddy, so I got the top off, and it looks like the last tube I actually had in there was some Napa, and we're gonna pull the tube out soon and see what it really was in there. But see that black grease mixed into the tan, if you guys can see that? That black grease is the John Deere grease. The Napa is the tan. So what we're gonna do is just wipe this all off right now. We don't want to mix into the new red. That's what I mean. Try not to get any on your fingers. It's a lot of grease. Okay, so I got it all clean. And you guys don't have to do that if you don't want to. You really don't have to do that. I was only doing it because I didn't want the old grease to mix in with the new grease. Okay, so what you're gonna do is pull this tab, hold that down. Yeah, hold that down and pull out on this. And it's spring loaded, and the tab will hold it down. So as you watch, while I'm pull it out, it looks like you don't even have to do the tab. So that's out. And you take the old tube of grease out. So we had in there. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna get the new one. Okay, and then you'll have a pop top on this side. Okay, so then you want to take the end with no metal ring, just plain cardboard. Put that end in first. Goes in about that much. Then you still have this piece pulled out. Then you want to screw in your actual grease top. Okay, and then we'll let in on this one. This is the release. Also, you guys can see it's going real slow, so you gotta push it in. Okay, let's try it out. So let's force it onto this rag. so it's taken a couple pumps because I wiped it all out, so we'll see if it really wants to. Okay, so it looks like we wiped too much out of the top, and that's no biggie. We'll have to kind of like priming a water pump or something. You have to just take some grease and get it in there. So I mean, these things are kind of tricky when you first. You want to take the old grease out because it's still, this tube's full, so we're not gonna be able to see the new grease come out in this video. This one, if I ever use it in another video, will have new grease and it's red. I think I'm always gonna get this from now on. Okay, let's try it now. Okay, let's try it now. We got it all closed back up and everything. The same procedure as when you're first putting the tube in. Got a couple air bubbles. If you can see it, look at those, the red a little bit. Oh, that's gross. That's cool. Let's give it a try on something. Okay, so we got a yard man, and it's been about 3-4 weeks we haven't been able to grease the front zucks. And if you ever guys, people that are new to these, if you ever see these type of things around on stuff, they put them on everything nowadays, and this one's plastic right here. We got one right there. That is a zuck, and the end of the grease gun pops right onto it, and then you can grease inside these really hard places right here. And I don't know, you gotta do it about once a week, once every 2 weeks, on how much you use it or how much you drive around, depending on that. Okay, let's get the grease in now. Okay, everything has a, like, if you look into the manual, everything has an amount of pumps on the grease gun that everything it will say if there's any zucks and put a number about it and say how many pumps with a grease gun that you're supposed to put in here. But a good way to tell if it just squirts out from any of these seams, you only want a little bit to squirt out of the bottom, the top. That means it's full on grease. Both of these ones, you have to look on the outside of the tile. For me, I don't have a hub, so I really do have to look on the outside of the tile. Okay, let's try this one. Well, I probably did 4 pumps. I haven't seen it come out anymore, so it is really dry. Okay, by the time I went around to the back, paused and went around to the back, I probably did like 6 pumps into that zuck I was doing the grease into. Still nothing's coming out, so let's not keep pumping till we see a little bit of grease in one of these seams. Okay, so we're back on that same zuck and we're pumping grease into it, so I just really want to make sure none comes out any well, because usually nothing takes this much. I want to feel. I know, that's crazy. Okay, so I put about 12 pumps into that top one I was showing you guys, and still nothing was coming out. I just didn't want to put any more because you really don't want to put too much in there, because never go to 20 pumps or so. This one seems to be clogged with some dot. Okay, it's just coming out. You get that happen too. You have to get a little piece of wire or a pin and poke out the dot, but for now I'm not gonna do that. I have to wipe all this now. Let's go to the other side. Okay, as you guys can see, it's probably gonna be pretty hard to get the grease gun into that zuck. So that's with the tiles turned all the way. So that's how I was getting in that one. So you gotta turn all the way the opposite way. So let's do that. Look how dirty that one is. Look how dirty all that is. That's how dirty that last one is. I wiped them before we greased them. I'm gonna do the same here, and then we'll start greasing this one. Okay, so we're getting grease in this one. Let's see if this one's more normal. Oh, see, it's still coming out right there. Let's see if I, yeah, right on the bottom, right there. So that is full on grease. Let's get this little one down here. these ones seem to be jammed. I tried to jab a piece a while ago, but the hole's really little. I have to get new socks. These have to be. I gotta get new fittings. Those ones are getting real loose. Okay, so this about ends up the grease. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. Thanks for joining us today. This is the Mountain High YouTube channel, and we just did the grease in the grease gun, and that's how it wasn't too bad. That's easy, but it is a little tricky when you first get a brand new one. Really, with the priming, the directions had nothing about that. So thanks for watching me. Just always feel free to comment below, hit that subscribe button, hit the likes, and always that notification bell. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.